Hey everyone, I've never shared this story publicly before, but I think it's time. This is about a chapter in my life where everything I believed in love, trust, loyalty was tested in ways I never imagined. It's raw, it's real, and honestly, it still hurts to talk about. But if my mess can help someone else, here we go. My name's Lena. 10 years ago, I married my high school sweetheart, Mark. We were that couple, the ones everyone said were meant to be. We built a life in this little lakeside town, running a cafe called Harbor Lights. Mornings smelled like cinnamon rolls and coffee. Evenings were sunsets over the water. Perfect, right? But perfect isn't real. Mark started traveling for work 2 years ago. At first, it was just weekends, then weeks, then months. Every time he left, the silence in our house grew louder. I'd joke to customers, "Running this place alone keeps me busy," but the truth, I was lonely. So lonely it felt like a fist squeezing my chest. Then Jake walked in. He was a freelance photographer passing through town, tall, messy hair, always wearing a leather jacket. He ordered black coffee every morning and tipped way too much. "You're here a lot," I teased him one day. He grinned. "Can't resist the view." I thought he meant the lake. "You ever get sick of this place?" Jake asked, nodding at the cafe. "Never," I said. "It's home." "Home's where the heart is, huh?" His eyes held mine a beat too long. I laughed nervously. Cheesy. Guilty. The texts started small. "Heard it's raining there, stay dry." Then longer. "You ever feel stuck, Lena?" I'd delete them after, my stomach churning, but I kept answering. One night, Mark canceled our call. Again, said he was too tired. I stared at my phone, tears blurring the screen. The cafe was empty, rain pounding the windows. My fingers trembled as I texted Jake. "You still up?" He showed up in 10 minutes, soaked and smiling. We talked about art, his nomadic life, how free he felt. Then he said, "You deserve to feel alive, Lena." When he leaned in, I almost let him. But then I saw it, the photo on the wall behind him. Mark and me, laughing at our wedding. "I can't," I whispered, pushing Jake away. I ran out into the rain, guilt clawing my throat. The next morning, Mark's sister, Sophie, stormed into the cafe. "Who was that man last night?" she hissed. I denied it. Nothing happened, but Sophie didn't believe me. She told Mark everything. When he came home, he wouldn't look at me. "Did you sleep with him?" he asked, voice cracking. "No, but I wanted to." The words tasted like acid. Mark packed a bag and left. The cafe felt like a prison. Regulars whispered. Sophie glared at me like I'd murdered someone. And Jake ghosted. No calls, no texts, just silence. I started questioning everything. Was I the problem? Was Mark's absence an excuse? I'd stare at the lake, wondering if I should just walk into it. Then the envelope arrived. It was tucked under the cafe door. Inside, a stack of photos. Me laughing with Jake, me crying alone, me wiping tables, lost in thought. But in the corner of every shot, Sophie, watching, lurking. My hands shook. I drove to Sophie's house, photos crumpled in my fist. "What is this?" I screamed. She broke down. I paid Jake to test you. After my divorce, I couldn't stand seeing you two so happy. I wanted Mark to hurt like I did. "You think you're perfect?" Sophie sobbed. "Mark was never here. You were lonely. I knew you'd fall for it." I slapped her, then hugged her, then cried with her. Mark came back after I called him. We sat on the pier, our old spot. "I'm sorry," I said, "for shutting you out, for blaming you, for..." almost breaking us. "I'm sorry too," he whispered. "I thought providing was enough. I didn't see you drowning." We started therapy, learned to talk, really talk. Turns out we'd both been hiding scars. Mark's dad cheated on his mom. My parents divorced when I was 7. We'd built this perfect marriage to outrun our pasts until it cracked. We renovated Harbor Lights together, painted the walls sunflower yellow, added a second chances latte, half coffee, half caramel. Sophie works here now too. It's awkward, but we're trying. Jake sent a letter last month. "Lena, I took those photos for the money, but the truth is, I saw how much you loved him, even when you thought he wasn't looking. You made me want to believe in love again." "I'm sorry." Shake. "I burned it, then I forgave him." If you're watching this and your trust's been broken, whether you're the one who messed up or the one who got hurt, know this: healing isn't pretty. It's ugly crying on the bathroom floor. It's hard conversations at 2 a.m. It's choosing every day to stay, even when leaving feels easier. Mark and I aren't perfect, but we're here, and that's enough. If this story hit home, drop a heart or a flower in the comments. Let's be a community that lifts each other up, okay? And if you're fighting for someone, keep fighting. You're not alone. Subscribe for more real stories about love, mistakes, and second chances. See you next time.